நேர தாம்பத்தியம் இனி இயற்கை முறையில் சாத்தியம். More Naturals. Contact for more details.
Mad Rabbit, India's finest audio wearable brand, starting at 999.
I like cinema like that gives me as an audience some kind of space where I can think other things also, where I'm not like, where it's not so much very point A to point B. There is more space for me as a viewer. So I also try to make films where as an audience maybe people can reflect on their own life.
So for your next film, if you want to choose one big star from Indian cinema means, who will you choose? And what genre it would be?
In Indian cinema, I really like Alia Bhatt. And of course, who doesn't like Shah Rukh Khan?
King Khan of Indian cinema. Okay, so what would be the genre if you choose Shah Rukh Khan and Alia Bhatt?
I want to make a comedy film next.
Really? Pakka?
Pakka.
Your films is all about women, women's life, women's empowerment, like that. So why?
I'm a woman. Everybody can think about these things because the world shouldn't be divided also. It's like we are all human beings and it is a humanistic approach.
I have noticed one common thing in your film, that is the dreams and the long distance relationships. Why so? Because have you ever faced that in your personal life?
I feel at least in the two films I made, longing is something that has attracted me as an emotion. And it is part of our culture very much, women's writing on longing. Now next film we'll see how it goes, but these two films at least I was thinking a lot about that.
What is love according to Payal?
Oh, this is too heavy question. I mean, love is so many things. Like love is losing yourself, love is finding yourself, love is, it gives hope, it gives a feeling of happiness, it gives a feeling of comfort. It has a lot of potential, love, a lot of political potential also.
Actually, you are so vibrant and energetic in person. I have watched your movies and I thought like you will be a serious person or something like that. But you're totally different. You're giving some different kind of energy and I really do like it.
Thank you.
So then, talking about the films, I think Payal's films are not just films. They are like dream-like visuals, those long shots and slow pacing screens. Everything is like, I can relate to every scene, as a woman. So how you're creating it?
I also don't know sometimes. No, but I feel like I like cinema like that gives me as an audience some kind of space where I can think other things also, where I'm not like, where it's not so much very point A to point B. There is more space for me as a viewer. So I also try to make films where as an audience maybe people can reflect on their own life somehow or people they know.
I think we have wide range of directors, like commercial directors, and in Bollywood also you could see some films, right? But why you chose this genre, the artistic films and without music?
It is drama. It is a love story. It is a romance.
All right, but we could see some in some Bollywood movies. We could see that masala dances and songs, and everywhere they'll be doing with the big stars, right? But you choose this way. Why?
Maybe big stars don't want to work with me.
Oh my God, no.
It is like I come from a background of like documentary films also. So I wanted to shoot in a way that was more free, where I could just go with this DSLR camera and shoot in the city and not feel like that big camera is coming and everybody's acting like, because I like to see the city as it is. So for that reason, you have to keep it all very small and the crew small, and also the actors have to be open to this kind of filmmaking. So I found really good actors because they are artists, like Kani Kusruti, Divya Prabha, Chaya Kadam. They're not like coming to do the acting. They are as if it's their film. Like everybody is working together, and not just the actors. It was true of the cinematography, the production design, even the makeup artists, the costume people. They got me 36 colors of blue costumes.
Oh God.
Because everybody was feeling very much like they wanted to make the film as a team. And it was not a very top-down approach, but more like a community. And I think because when I was a student in film school, there is like you are working with your classmates. So you are the director, but there's cinematography classmate, there is your editor, and so there is a kind of a team spirit. So I think that even in this film, we try to keep a kind of a community and team spirit.
And I have one hypothetical question from your answer now. So for your next film, if you want to choose one big star from Indian, cinema means, who will you choose? And what genre it would be?
I like so many actors. It's difficult to say.
Any three?
In Indian cinema, I really like Alia Bhatt.
Oh my God. I'm a big fan of her after Gangubai Kathiawadi, right?
Yeah, she's really like, she does so many different kinds of like different roles, different kinds of films, and yeah, she really has like a lot of range. So I like her a lot, and of course, who doesn't like Shah Rukh Khan?
King Khan of Indian cinema. Okay, so what would be the genre if you choose Shah Rukh Khan and Alia Bhatt?
I want to make a comedy film next.
Really? Pakka?
Pakka.
Promise?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are waiting for that film because
If
as
somebody
you
gives me money for this, I will make it.
Okay, I think producers will watch this interview and then they will approach you. Okay, all right. And by watching your films, I get to know like your films is all about women, women's life, women's empowerment, like that. So why?
I'm a woman.
That's a simple answer, but that's right.
I mean,
only.
if we make films about concerns we have, you are also a woman. My thing is to talk about topics, to talk about stories that I feel the most concerned about, and right now it is the issues that are related to women, but I think they are also universal and they're not really gender specific. I think everybody can think about these things because the world shouldn't be divided also. It's like we are all human beings and it is a humanistic approach.
So while watching this film, all we imagine is light, I could say something like, we have seen the rich side of Mumbai, but we haven't seen the poor side, the slum side. I think you have displayed that part of Mumbai, right? So is there any struggles, the real struggles we want to talk about? So have you faced anything like that?
I mean, not me personally, but you cannot live in Mumbai without seeing these contradictions that are there. That there are all these very big multinational companies, big areas that are very swanky, very fancy, and then on the other side there are very different areas, and also like how things keep changing. The city is like is very a narrow city, so land is less. So the area that was once people, that used to be not that like expensive or fancy, suddenly goes through a change, and everybody who was living there is thrown away and made to live far away. And then over there, some big buildings come, and so that is a quality of Mumbai that bothers me a lot. That it can be very insensitive. It's a very insensitive and harsh city, but it's also a city that gives a lot of opportunities. It's a city where for women it can be a little bit more free. And you can have a lot more possibilities as a working woman, especially to travel a bit too late at night, to dress a bit differently. All these things, a little bit more freedom we have in Mumbai. So it is both things, and it's that
balanced.
Like that contradiction actually, because in life nothing is one thing. No, everything is so many different things. Even Chennai, I'm sure, has so many different perspectives, as you might have a different perspective of it, and it's all these things. And many people will make films about Mumbai, and there'll be so many different films.
Yeah. And I think you have visited so many cities in India, but what's the one thing you like about Chennai?
Chennai. I like the biryani.
Oh, really?
I had it today for lunch, so I'm thinking about it.
I just commonly asked what you like, and then you straightly go into the food and saying biryani.
I'm a foodie.
Oh, that's a good thing only. Okay, so you mean like the chicken biryani?
I eat mutton also.
Fine, I think we'll be packing one mutton biryani for you and I'll send you. And about the films. Like you are repeatedly showing something. I have noticed one common thing in your film, that is the dreams and the long distance relationships. Why so? Because have you ever faced that in your personal life? Or?
I like this thing about longing. Okay. I think that longing gives a lot of scope as to have a lot of emotions in a film or in poetry. Like Sangam poetry is also about a husband who's gone away or a lover who's gone away, and that has given us in literature also so much writing or poetry in the past. So I feel at least in the 2 films I've made, longing is something that that has attracted me as an emotion. And it is part of our culture very much, women's writing on longing. Now next film we'll see how it goes, but these 2 films at least I was thinking a lot about that.
Okay. So talking about the longings and poems, I just want to ask you one thing. What is love according to Payal?
Oh, this is too heavy question. I mean, love is so many things. Like love is losing yourself, love is finding yourself, love is it gives hope, it gives a feeling of happiness, it gives a feeling of comfort. It's so many things. It's also bridges differences where we can, you know, even in spite of people being very different in terms of different upbringing, different class or caste, love can bring us closer with those differences. It has a lot of potential, love. A lot of political potential also.
What an artistic answer, yeah, like your film. So after this, actually, in the films, basically, like the most important things is BGMs and musics and songs, everything. But in your film, we could see that only the natural sounds and everything, right, in your film. So,
I've got music also.
Yeah.
Lot of music is there.
Oh, yeah. So why is that?
Actually in this film I've used the most music that I've used from my previous films. Okay. And I like to use also the sound of daily life like music. Okay. So whether it's the sound of the trains, the sound of the rain, the sound of the sea, how to use that in a way that it sounds musical. Okay. And that I've tried to do it in this film.
Okay. And in this film the casting includes Malayali actors, right? Yeah. So you know Malayalam or?
No, yeah, I don't. I can now understand a bit. But because initially when I started making the film, the initial ideas that I got, the initial research that I did about the nurses, they happened to be Malayali nurses. Yeah. So I said I will stick to that only. And even though I don't know the language, I got an associate director who's Malayali. And he worked with me for 2 years on the dialogues. And he was with me on the set. And even with the actors, they were very generous because they knew that I don't know the language. So they tried even harder to make it like as a collaboration. So it was a very nice process and a lot of learning for me.
Have you learned any 1 or 2 words?
No, koruchu manasilayo.
That's it. We got it. And one last thing is, you're gonna release this film in more and more countries. I have heard that. So what are the countries?
So far it has released in France, in the US, and in Luxembourg, in Italy. It's going to release at the end of the month in the UK and then in Spain in December.
Oh my God, that's really huge. And I heartily congratulate you,
Thank you
for your success.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
நீண்ட நேர தாம்பத்தியம் இனி இயற்கை முறையில் சாத்தியம். More Naturals. Contact for more details.
Mad Rabbit, India's finest audio wearable brand, starting at 999.